Kailyn Poland built a 9-figure business on the back end of her book. She didn't just build a business, she built a movement, and she changed the lives of millions of women, helping them to lose weight. If you are a health educator, whether you're in weight loss or fitness or nutrition or reversing disease naturally, whatever it is that you're in, stay tuned, because in this video, we're gonna break down the business model of Kailyn Poland and this lady boss weight loss movement, and how I'm going to show you how this newbie female health coach, starting out with zero tech experience and no product, was able to launch her business and change the life of over 1.3 million women in less than 3 years with lady boss weight loss. And a lot of this she did on the foundation of this book. So this photo that you see on the screen, here is Kailyn Poland and her husband. They're winning this prestigious award that is given to those who make over $10 million in their business. And I'm going to show you some of what was the weight loss secrets, really the business secrets behind her success. And in order to do that, we want to look at the number one habit of highly effective authors. In the book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Stephen Covey talks about these 7 habits. And if you've ever read this book, type 7 habits down below if this book, if you've gone through. If not, it's really powerful. But in the book, he says, highly effective people begin with the end in mind. Where Enoch Leffingwell says, highly effective authors begin with the back end in mind. And what do I mean by that? I mean the back end business. A lot of authors come to me and they're looking for help with their marketing. They're looking for help with getting their message out. And I'm like, all right, so you got a book. Tell me, what is a business beyond the book? Tell me about the back end business. And they're like, I don't have a business beyond the book. And they're like, I just got a book, I don't know. Or they don't know how to build a business from the book. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you how Kailyn was able to turn her book into a profitable business. In fact, I'm going to show you 12 ways that Kailyn and you can profit from a health book without selling a single copy. Contrary to popular belief, it's not the book that is the greatest revenue driver of the business, but here are 12 ways that Kailyn Poland was able to make this book very profitable, to even the tune of over $100 million. So a principle that I like to teach is what I call this wheel of wealth. If you think of your book as being like the hub, it's the hub where out of it comes the spokes of other related business opportunities, products, and programs from your business. And at the very center, the very foundation of your business is a book. And here, Kailyn Poland, she wrote a book called Big Fat Lies. And in this book, she's basically busting the myths that keeps people overweight, that the weight loss industry has been lying to people about. And by being able to tell the truth, and as you can see, it's a short book, it's a simple book, it doesn't have to be a thick encyclopedia of natural remedies. It's just going to collect dust on the shelf. It's one short, like 100-page book or so, is able to really impact people's lives. And then she launched it to #1 bestseller on Amazon, on Barnes & Nobles, using the same principles that I teach my students. She's able to launch to #1, and then now she's got a book. So once you have a book, what do you do with it? Now you're going to create book-based content. And what do I mean by that? Well, now that you've got a book, you could take the principles that are in your book, and then she's able to create videos on it. She's able to be interviewed on it. She's able to have all of her social media strategies. So you could literally take a chapter of your book and you can start talking to people about, like in my book on high ticket health coaching, for instance, I've got a chapter called Your 6-Figure Speech and Your Signature Speech Simplified. So now I could do a talk on how to craft a signature speech, and that would be a piece of content. And she's able to take the lies, like 3 lies that you believed about weight loss that the food industry doesn't want you to know. And now you've got content that you're able to repurpose the principles in your book into social media. In fact, Kailyn's energetic content has garnered over 1 billion views. That's billion with the B. And This has opened the doors wide for her to impact people's lives and to come in contact with billions of women who otherwise would have never known about Kaylyn's mission. And also it opens the door for YouTube collaborations, where if you've got a YouTube channel, if you create videos, whether that's Instagram Reels or social or Facebook or YouTube, you're able to take the principles in your book, the chapters in your book, and then turn them into videos where you're able to discuss the same concepts. And this allows you to really simplify your content. In fact, in my book on high ticket health coaching, I have a chapter that's called the automation effect. And in this chapter, we talk about systems and how systems are the key to building a business beyond just you. Now, systems is an acronym. What does systems stand for? It stands for saving yourself time, energy, money, and stress. When you have the right content systems in place, when you're following a system, then it makes, one, publishing a book easier, two, your content creation to be easier, three, building a profitable health education business easier. In fact, it was systems that allowed our business to make over $500,000 in profit on the back of one signature speech. And by being able to follow these proven systems, then it really simplifies a process. There's a lot of waste of trying to figure things out on our own, but there's three types of work you can have. You can have guesswork, you can have hard work, or you can follow a framework. And as for me and our team, we love frameworks. So what a book does for you is it helps you to organize your thoughts, and it allows you to, in a sense, create a framework for your content creation. So it saves you so much time, and you're able to automate a lot of the ideas and the topics and the principles you're going to share on social media. And so how many of you would like to simplify and automate your content creation with a book? How would you like to make content creation easy, simple, fun, fast, enjoyable? And that's exactly what we teach our students is how to capture your knowledge, package it into a book. And really from one book, you can have your entire year's worth of having a strategic content strategy in place to be able to impact the lives of others. So the first spoke, if you will, in your wheel of wealth is having content. And from that content, you can also take the principles of your book and then turn it into a speech. So now you've crafted a signature speech. It opens a door for speaking. You can now take that speech and go share at a live event. You're able to go be interviewed you can speak on conferences and events and seminars. You can host workshops and retreats. In fact, we have a signature speech workshop where we help guide people step by step exactly how to package your health knowledge into a signature speech that actually sells your products, your programs, your services that you want to attract high-paying health clients. Because I believe speaking is one of the best ways for you to build a business, because you can communicate one to many, and it's a way for you to generate leads of people who've never known you. It's a way to convert those leads where by the end of one speech, carefully crafted, when implemented correctly, can bring someone who's a complete stranger to pulling out and paying you thousands of dollars by the end of your speech. And you can host these workshops and come closer with your audience. And really, you could take the principles in your book and say, hey, if you like this message, whether you're speaking for 30 minutes or 60 minutes or 90 minutes, you're like, if you like this and you want to go deeper, grab a copy of my book where I go into more strategies just like this. And now you've got a physical reminder that goes beyond your speech and is able to continue to transform the lives of others who come in contact with your message. And this also opens the doors for interviews where people who have platforms are often looking for authorities on subjects, and they're willing to interview on the principles and the topics that you cover in your book. Now, how many of you would like to get booked and paid to speak about the topics of your health niche, your health book? Type yes in the chat if you would like to be booked and paid to speak and share your message to audiences around the world. And so that's what we do. This second spoke in the wheel of wealth is speaking. You're able to have that book. And then another thing we do with our book is we actually put a page in here that is for that when we help our students, we help them to make sure that they've got a page that says the professional speaker for you. And if you're looking for a professional speaker, even if they don't buy the book, if they're just carefully, casually just perusing through and they say, oh, this author speaks as well. A book is one of the best business cards for speakers, to have people read your book and they're like, I can't tell you how many times people come to me and say, hey, I want you to share this message to my audience. Can you come? And that's exactly what Kailyn Poland was able to do, is use her book to get speaking engagements and use her speaking to sell more of her books. So as another mentor of mine, Myron Golden, he says, don't just stand there, sell something. But don't just sell something that sells something. So in other words, let's say you want to be speaking. There's a lady who helps with women's hormones and women's health. She came to me, she attended my 5-day challenge, the High Income Health Expert Challenge. And in this challenge, she shares that she's an international speaker and she wants to be speaking more frequently. And I was like, okay, that's great. Let's get together. And we helped her to package her knowledge into a book. She had it finished within about 3 weeks. And so it doesn't have to take months or years. She joined our best-selling book boot camp, and then she got her book out, and then she went to go speak over in London to go impact people's lives and share on her health topic, where when you have a book, it opens the floodgates of being able to serve people on stages around the world. So the next thing that a book opens up for you is media. Other people's platforms, being featured in the media. Why? Because media loves authors. They just are absolutely looking for authorities or experts or people who are credible communicators, sources on their show, where now you could be invited to podcasts. You could also take where you could be interviewed on podcasts. And you know what's powerful about podcasts is, statistically, podcast listeners tend to be more affluent of an audience because they're interested in personal development, and they're interested in leadership development. They're interested in learning health. There's so many health podcasts that are just as much looking for your message as you are looking for audiences to share your message to. And this is one of the ways that, like in my book, The Secrets to Making Big Money with a Small Audience Online, that's a subtitle. One of the ways you can make big money with a small audience is leverage other people's audiences. Because of a book, I've been able to be interviewed on podcasts with over 142,000 listeners. Lady Boss, Kailyn Poland, was able to speak on podcasts that have millions of followers because she wrote the book Big Fat Lies. And this opens the doors for a lot of media appearances where this isn't a cold audience, this isn't complete strangers, because the podcast host already has a relationship with the audience. And when those who are influencing your ideal clients, where your ideal clients are already gathered and they're congregating online on these podcasts in the media, and when the show host introduces you as a reputable, credible source, then now those hundreds of thousands or millions of people who are gathered together have instant respect, instant rapport, instant trust that's transferred to you. So there's a lot of power behind these podcasts. And another thing is that you can take the chapters in your book and you could easily repurpose them to blogs, where now you can feature, and this is what Lady Boss did. She's got the Lady Boss blog, and she's able to take the same principles that she talks about and now put them into blog articles that now shows up on search engines. Now Google's able to show your solutions. When people are searching Google, your business, your products, your programs are going to show up as solutions to what they're looking for. Because the reality is there's already hundreds of thousands for many of you, if not millions of people who already desire to buy what you desire to sell. The only problem is they don't know you exist yet. So how do you solve that? Through being featured in the media because of your book. And then you can take the blog articles that you repurpose, that they could literally be word for word chapters in your book, and you're able to take some of those and put them on your blog, but also start guest blogging and start inviting and posting on other people's, where now your blog articles are being featured on like Health Today or Plant-Based News Today or these different magazines or credible news media outlets that are now featuring your blog, which is based on your book, as a credible source, which also brings more business back to you. Is this making sense? How many of you want you and your book to be featured in the media? Type yes in the chat below if you want the media to be promoting your programs, your publications, and your products to their audience, of that they're already congregating your ideal clients. This is exactly what we teach our students how to do. So when we look at this wheel of wealth, the third spoke on the wheel of wealth is media. But another is through supplements. So supplements opens a great door. Let's say like Lady Boss is now, she's teaching people how to lose weight. So by talking about the subject, what you want to do is you want to think about what are some related products or related problems that are associated with the content or topics of my book, and how can you turn this into opportunities. So now women want to know how to lose weight. So what does Lady Boss do? She creates a protein shake line. And one thing that's really powerful is you could not only create your own supplements, but you could even partner with some supplements. You could be an affiliate for companies that already have great supplements that are interested in, that have good products, where you can outsource the production, you can outsource the packaging and the formulations, and then you're able to sell and recommend those, and you get paid commissions because of that strategic partnership. This is what I've been able to do when we've generated multiple six figures with partnering with supplement companies to recommend for other people. And Lady Boss was able to do this too. Not only are people going to be interested in the supplements and protein shakes, well, what about protein bars? What about vitamins? What about minerals, the nutrients, the greens, Recover? Now there's other related supplements that open the doors that people want to know more about. If you teach people how to recover their brain, or you're a dementia coach, or then there might be some brain boosting supplements. If you teach people to overcome fibromyalgia, there might be some supplements that helps you to have more energy. And so these are ways that you're able to recommend those through your book. Those are ways that you're able to promote those and make more supplement sales because of you being an author. Another way is fitness and kitchen equipment. Or if you're talking about weight loss, then what are other problems they're going to have? Well, they're like, I'm going to have to cook differently. I'm going to have to prepare new meals that I haven't done before. Maybe I'm going to start juicing. So if you teach people to juice, you can be an affiliate for a juicer. And that's exactly what Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead, the documentary and best-selling book author of Joe Cross, he teaches people how to juice. And so he made millions of dollars in affiliate revenue just by recommending other people's juicers. Or I remember I went through this P90X program. It was an online program, and they were selling these chin-up bars. And these chin-up bars was for being able to do these pull-ups. And by you recommending specific fitness equipment, you're able to get affiliate commissions through that, or you could just create your own if you want to do that. But it's really powerful to sell other people's products. That's really a powerful way to partner with people. And other supplemental products that you could do as a result of a book is you have the mobile app, where you can turn, maybe you've got recipes you could put on a mobile app, maybe got accountability, maybe a community, maybe you can have, you're able to put your frameworks on a mobile app, your videos exclusive through the mobile app. Maybe you've got calculators of tracking their weights. We have a mobile app for our company that helps guide people through, and this helps them to reach their weight loss, to track their goals. It really simplifies the process. So got the mobile app, and then also as you teach concepts and principles, it's going to open the doors where you could put those quotes on those principles on some swag. You can sell merch, you can have clothing, there's fitness clothing, there's apparel brands, and now there's this community building opportunities that people are interested in building. And Lady Boss was able to build, how much money do you think she made on her supplements, on the supplements that she sells? She made over $150 million just by selling the supplements with her company, and like on the back end of her book. Now, if Lady Boss was able to sell supplements for $150 million on the back of her book, how much money do you think you could make if you incorporated supplements into your program? I mean, it's a really powerful way to find some good supplements that you could recommend, and then start prescribing those through your content, through your book, through your course, through your coaching. So do you see how a book can create related opportunities to be able to impact people's lives and profit from a book, even if you don't sell the copy, just having the book alone creates more profitable abilities? Type yes in the chat if you could start seeing the vision. And so what we're looking at, supplements, is the fourth spoke in this hub, if you will, where your book, hopefully you're seeing that the book could become this center, this hub, this linchpin where like all the different facets of your business meet and end in beautifully as this foundational piece of this cornerstone of your book. Now your book also opens up the doors for consulting, because as people go through your book, they're like, wow, this is amazing. They're sold on your expertise, your knowledge, your credibility, your spirit, the way that you handle yourself. And they're like, I would like to ask them some questions. I would just like to consult about a specific area with my business and what I'm looking for. And this opens the doors where now Kailyn Poland and her husband's able to do consultations. They're able to consult with other people who are looking for the solutions that they have. And one thing that you could do is you're able to charge for these consultation calls. And in these consultation calls, you could recommend more of your supplements. You could recommend your book. You could not only does your book create consultation calls, and your consultation calls are able to sell your coaching and courses, but on your consultation calls, you could also recommend your book. You could prescribe people read this, where they're going to go into more detail in your methodology, your unique world. They're basically onboarded into your movement. And this is what Kailyn Poland was able to do to impact the lives of so many people. How many of you would like to get paid a price for your health advice? Maybe you realize that you've already been giving away free advice, but you want to learn how to put a price to that health advice. And that's exactly what you can do with a book. Will help you to increase your speaker fee, your consultation fees. It helps people to be gladly willing to go to pay a fee for your health advice. And so not only does it open up consulting, but it also opens up coaching, where now people, what they'll do is, as they read through your book and they like your framework, they're like, this is really powerful. I see the vision, and I like how she teaches people to lose weight, and I always thought about this lie, and I used to believe that. But once you've given so many breakthroughs in relation to your health topic through the book, people are going to want to know, how could I work with you? How could I have more access, more accountability? Because a book is very much do it yourself. And what I want you to see is it's the same principles. It's just a different format, because people are willing to pay more money for the same framework, just packaged in a different way. So you put the same framework, like let's say you got 8 chapters, 8 steps in your framework, you put it in your book. Those same 8 steps you put on a signature speech. Those same 8 steps you put in your interviews when you're being featured on media. Those same 8 steps you consult people through. Those same 8 steps you now turn into a group coaching program. Where now in this group coaching program, whether that's online or offline, you're able to coach people, because if you think about it, you're going to be giving the same advice to people. Like if you're going to talk to people one-on-one, you're really giving about 80% of the advice is going to be the same for each person. So instead of trying to, like when people think of coaching, a lot of times they think of these one-on-one coachings, but it's not very scalable, and it's not only less effective for you, it's not as helpful for them, for those that you're serving. Because if you're going to give the same advice, then just teach that in a group, and then open the doors for people to ask questions and clarify. And that 20% that is tailored and custom, allow that group coaching to be able to answer questions and concerns. And what's amazing is that like we do this in our coaching. When people sign up for the VIP ticket of our high income health expert challenge, every morning we for 5 days, we go live an extra hour for those VIPs, and we get on a group coaching call on Zoom, and people are able to ask questions about their business. They want to know, where do I find people to sell my stuff to? They want to know, how do I grow my audience online? How do I package and price my program so people are willing to pay it? I mean, we cover all sorts of different things, but in that group coaching, people ask questions, and I always like to ask them, like, how many of you got answers to questions you didn't even know you should be asking, but you're so glad you were here? And everybody's hands goes up, because it's more valuable when you're doing one-on-one coaching. A lot of times they don't even know what to ask, but in group coaching, they're getting answers that they didn't know to ask, that's greatly able to benefit them. So you could take the principles in your book, and let's say you have 8 chapters in your book. Well, congratulations, you got an 8-week coaching program. Week 1, chapter 1. Week 2, chapter 2. And you've got the outline for your book, and you're able to walk people through that. And how much money do you think Kailyn Poland made from coaching people through the principles in her book on this weight loss? Over $10 million. She's able to make over 8 figures just in coaching alone. And you can see how this wheel of wealth is able to transform the lives of so many people. And we do optimize the book, and we make sure that when you're following our system, that your book is going to bring coaching clients to you, if that's the goal that you have. So how many of you would like to use coaching to grow your business? How many of you would like to see people light up and their lives transform? And if you could do it in a group way, you would like to coach if you saw that you can do it in group settings. Sometimes that's through workshops, sometimes that's through live events or online, or I mean, there's really a lot of possibilities. So again, you've got your book, and the next spoke is the coaching. Now this is one of the spokes in the wheel that allows you to build your business and create this wheel of wealth. The last spoke is, we're talking about, you could package it into an online course. Now you take the principles in your book and put that into, you got 8 chapters, now you've got an 8-week course, an online course, a masterclass that you could take people through. Here is what Kailyn Poland was able to put together, this realigned course. She's got online courses that she sells that's covering a lot of the same frameworks, same principles, same concepts, helping women to lose weight. You could also sell online challenges, like I was telling you about our High Income Health Expert Challenge. Kailyn Poland has a 5-day cake challenge where she teaches people how you can eat cake and lose weight. And that sounds counterintuitive, right? That's the hook. And one of the flavors of her protein shake is cake. So they get a drink cake, and like we have protein shakes that is like, it's so delicious. It's like you get to eat dessert for these plant-based superfood shakes, and it's just like you're flooding your body with nutrition and helping people to get their optimal weight. So she's got online challenges. Here she's got a 30-day slim down challenge that is helping people to transform. It's a transformative program for your mind, body, and soul, you see? And it could be the same principles in your book, just packaged in a actionable, step-by-step kind of manner that people can follow your framework, and by the end of 5 days, the end of 30 days, the end of however many days, they're able to walk away with the results. It's focused on an outcome that you're able to walk people through. And you can turn those into ebooks, which we're not going to put that on one of the lists because we're talking about 12 ways that you can profit from a book without selling a single copy. But an ebook's technically a book, so we won't add that to the list. So how much money do you think that she's been able to make through the information products like courses and challenges? She's able to make over $25 million in her business, teaching weight loss as a brand new coach, not having prior experience or tech experience or that knowledge, but she had a passion, she had a mission, she had a vision, a message that could transform people's lives. And she chose to do it with digital marketing. How many of you would like to share your health message digitally? Type yes in the chat below if that's you. And because it's completely, what I want you to know is that there are people waiting right now to hear your message. They don't know you exist. And I want to help you to become no longer be a best kept secret. I want to help you to get your message to the masses, learning the system for being able to package your knowledge into a book, and then really building a business on the back end of your book. So let's review a little bit what we've covered so far. You've got what I like to call your wheel of wealth. And in this wheel, you've got your book as the very center of this wheel. And then your book is able to be simplifying your content strategy that you're posting on social media. So now we're going to tap into the automation effect and the book-based content creation system. And this also opens the doors for taking the principles in your book into a signature speech. On the back of one signature speech, you can sell all other programs. You could sell your book, you could sell your coaching, you could sell your courses, because of this speech, when carefully crafted, implemented correctly, is able to be, I believe, one of the most powerful tools for marketing your business. Then you're able to tap into other people's audiences. The content is on your platform, media is on their platform, where now you're tapping into audiences that are already congregating, that have your ideal clients, who have cash in hand ready to buy whatever you desire to sell, because they're already looking for these solutions. And then supplements, where now you're able to recommend supplements and vitamins, nutrients. You've got programs that they're able to purchase. And it opens the doors for consulting. These consultation calls, you can even, with permission, record them and to provide more content that you're able to share based on the same principles in your book. And this opens the doors for coaching, where now you're able to coach people in a group setting that's able to transform the lives of others. This is where people read your book and they want to work closer with you and they want to go deeper with you. And we teach. That's why our book is called The Book on High Ticket Health Coaching. We show you how you could piece all these together, not just have a book, but have a business on the back end of your book. And this is how Kailyn Poland's able to make over 9 figures, over $100 million, following the same principles that we teach our students that we're talking about here. And then you can turn your book into a course. What happens is this creates a wheel of wealth where it starts spinning, and you're bringing business from your book to your coaching, to the speaking, to the supplements, to the course, and all these different areas. You're not just selling something, you're selling something that sells something. You're not just selling something that sells something, you sell something that sells, you sell a book that sells a course, that sells a coaching, and the coaching sells your supplements. And it just like creates this wheel of wealth where it starts bringing business back to you. And as people are going back to your business, it starts creating momentum. It's like this snowball effect where it starts at the top, and then it goes and it starts to pick up so much momentum by the time it's at the end that it's like going so fast you can't stop, and you wonder why anyone would want to. And that's where people are coming into your business. Their lives are being transformed through this wheel of wealth because you chose to publish a book, to put your knowledge into a best-selling book. Now, if any of you are ready and you're interested and you're like, okay, this is great, I want to get started, I want to publish a book, I encourage you to go to the number on the screen, text best-selling to the number 424-243-6624. If you type best-selling to that book, what I'm going to do, to that number, or you can go to the website at the bottom of the screen, there is a best-selling author secrets masterclass I put together. It's a free training, and this training goes into the details of exactly how to package your book, how to publish your book, how to put your knowledge, the process that we take, the system that we follow. Remember, system stands for saving yourself time, energy, money, and stress. This is a free 90-minute training, best-selling author secrets masterclass. In this masterclass, we're going to show you how you can publish a book, and you don't have to take years or months, even if you're not a good writer. We're going to show you the strategies we use to help our students to consistently get the knowledge from their mind to their manuscript and to the mailbox of your ideal clients in the shortest time possible. And it's not just publishing a book, but it's about building a business on the back end of your book that you're able to serve people at a much higher level. So go to best-selling, type best-selling to the number on the screen, and be happy to send you this free gift. And what we've covered today is how Kailyn Poland was able to build a 9-figure business behind her book. And if this has been inspiring you, I know it's inspired me. I love seeing people who have a health message that are transforming the lives of others. And if you're ready to transform the lives of those you are called to serve, then subscribe for more videos just like this. And remember, God doesn't call the qualified, He qualifies the called. Have a great day, and God bless.